Hi, I'm Sean. You guys might know me as Winning Image. For some reason, Vanguard players call me that. I don't know why. Just kidding. I'm Sean. Thank you to Pete for Cardfight Redemption for having me on to do a player profile. I'm not necessarily on a team right now. I'm kind of a free agent, but the team that I play for is right now just myself. So you can find me Winning Image. So this is something I actually talked about recently, and I found out a lot of people started the same way. I started during Limit Break era when the Narukami and Gold Paladin trial decks came out. They were actually sold at my local Walmart. And I saw the anime, and then I saw the trial deck at Walmart, picked up Narukami, and the rest is kind of history from there. I played on and off. I played actually like straight, but then I took a break in the middle of Overdress when it was that really big like power creep of Nirvana and all the grade 4s, because I also had life stuff going on. But I came back last year, and the content and the playing has been so much fun. I think Standard's actually really fun right now. Premium's been my favorite though. Yeah, so and one of the things that kept me around in the game, I would say, is the people, right? You know that phrase, like, you're a product of the 5 people you spend the most time with? I've made a lot of great friends through this game. And in this game, because you're sitting face to face to somebody, that's automatically an interaction that you're going to keep. And if most people you have positive interactions with, you remember that. And over time, you go to a lot of tournaments, you go to your locals, you go to a lot of BCSs, you see the same people, you meet a lot of cool people. And of course, like being a content creator, you get to meet people that you might not even think you'd ever meet before. So that's what's kind of kept me within the game and kind of kept me wanting to get better. So the very first deck that I completed was Blau. Obviously, I started with the Narukami trial deck, and I think that's a great place to start. But as I kind of grew, I figured out Kamui had the coolest aura as a 13 or 14-year-old. I can't remember when I started. I think I was 14. And the Blau Stern Blau series, I still have the deck. I still have my SP Stern Blau Cougar from way back in the day. It's yellowing on the side. When you're young, you don't know how to take care of things properly, but I love it. And I think I have a deck for Premium. I'm not 100% sure if I'm comfortable playing it just because Victor exists, but I still love that deck to death. And after that was Sanct Guard, which was my favorite deck ever. I love Sanctuary Guard. And I was so happy when it got the upgraded form in G Series with the Stride. And yeah, those are the 2 decks that I kind of started with and just kind of rode out till end of G into V into Overdress. My favorite clan is Shadow Paladin. Completely random to say based on the answers that I've given, but when I was younger, I wanted to build a Shadow Paladin deck so bad, but the price of the deck was so expensive. Like, I think like when I actually started trying to get serious about Vanguard Revengers was just coming out, I actually got the trial deck in Japanese to like prepare and test. And then when it came out in English, I was like, I'm not spending $100 just to get 4 trial decks when I could have a whole almost complete deck for Nova Grappler with the Blau deck right away. So I would go with Shadow Paladin for that. I finally got to build it actually last year when the premium deck set came out. And it's the main premium deck that I play right now. It's really good because I think you could outskill people a little bit with how you build your deck, especially into decks like Shout Loop. You could build around that. And yeah, that's my favorite clan. As for Nation, I might be kind of biased just because Virgila reminds me of Sanct Guard, but it's Dragon Empire. Aqua Libra and Virgila are the coolest decks that I've ever played. Aqua Libra, unironically, is Narukami. So I think I found a way back to that. You always find your way back home. So just to answer the V Premium question, I haven't really played V Premium in a while, but the last deck that I really, really enjoyed was Himiko. Oh my god, that deck rocks. Like, if I could ever find a way to upgrade that deck into Premium, I would play it again. And then Gabrielle. So those are kind of the 2 kind of insane cards. Hamiel and Himiko just in general I think is broken. For Premium, definitely Revengers. That's the main one. I did a whole series on it of how I actually got back into the game playing that deck. It's like might be the best deck that I've ever played, I think, just because I really like how it plays, and you can play a lot of outs, especially with Legion, Stride, all the mechanics in this game's history, really. Limit Break too. And then I also just picked up Musketeers, which I'm really enjoying. Yeah, Blau, of course. That's for premium. For standard, what am I enjoying right now? Outside of my main meta decks like Virgila, and I think Jackknife is pretty up there. I really like Astacion, which is the sealed only deck that I've been playing. My confidence in it has gone way up recently. I'm enjoying playing it, threatening my opponents with it. It's really good. I didn't mean that. He's laughing, but no, you can. If you see me play it, you can see that my confidence has gone way up. And Nebula Knights. So without the order, I've actually had to like think out of the box. And I think part of playing kind of that outside of kind of tier 1 Vanguard is that there is that room to kind of explore and create. And there's a way to get 5 attacks with the deck using a lot of old cards that are deep in the bag of Keter Sanctuary. And it's just Royal Paladin, which is cool. Ren. Red. He had aura. when I was 14, I was like, this guy's cool as heck. he has a girl. He has Asuka. He got a senpai with him. What's his name? Tetsu, right? Yeah, Tetsu. And then he got people that want to beat him, Kyo and whatnot. Like, there's no contest. But at second place, gotta be Shion. Shion's cool as heck. And then for overdress, I love Mirai so much. So I actually coach adaptive baseball. So I coach a lot of kids that are blind, are in wheelchairs, this, that, and the other. And just seeing how Mirai kind of uses not just her skills in a human-to-human way, but also how she kind of is a resilient human being and she's good at what she does, inspires me in a weird way to not just like encourage the kids that I coach, but also just encourage them that it's okay to try things and find ways to succeed in them. I really like aggro decks. I think aggro decks are like the bread and butter of me just because I feel like aggro in this game is something that'll never die just because 6 damage can be erased in some games. So I would say like 45-50% of the time, the person who gets you to 5 damage could win. And I just like to build off that from there. I think it fits with Revengers, Virgila, and Himiko, Gabrielle. Like, those 4. Sanctuary Guard, Blau, like, it's all there. Gear Chronicle. Gear Chronicle, to me, is a deck that I've always wanted to master, but I've never really gotten there, just because I think there's so many ways to play it, and I don't think I've ever seen a correct way for me. Mystery Flare, when it came out, was probably one of my favorite decks, just because I think that turn skip is really cool. And then it got more support to really accelerate that turn skip. And when it got hit, I was just like, yeah, I'm just not going to put effort into this anymore. So never got there because the game said no. This is a hard question to answer because I think if you're here and you're not into the competitive side, I think that playing to lose is not the right way to play a BCS. Like, you obviously want to play to win. If I'm outside of top 32, I'm outside of top 32. Like, yeah, I have a ranking at the end of the day, but I'm just not in top 32. I play to win, so I'm in the competitive side, I would say. I think it's also the athlete in me. I played lacrosse at the University of Houston and for the Philippines. So I've been in high-stakes tournaments with not just like my mental skills, but also my physical ability. So it makes me want to do well at these things, which is why I try and play test and figure out the best deck for me. Virgila Elf Knights. there's no other answer. Because when it didn't show up yesterday in my round 6 and 7, the second one, I was done. There's no other answer. Yeah, like, you have plenty of ways to search it out, but if it doesn't show up in your hand, cut the cameras. That's a really good question. It would be this is my chance to like whip out all the stuff that I've had in the bag.
See, I think about these questions.
Yeah. Okay, it would be a Blau Strut. And then it would give not limit break restricted, not ultimate break restricted like the blouse strides that we have, it would give the skill on flip, your front row blouse get plus 10,000 power, and on hit, check the top 3 for a blow added to hand. Everything. Fits the clan, fits the nation, and based on where this game is at right now, I don't think would be that broken. So far, this is kind of cliche, but like it would have to be my first top at BCS Rosemont earlier this year. So at Rosemont, earlier in the year, I finished 357. So I actually just got back into the game, and I was not doing too hot with the bat deck, and that's why I think I finished 357th. But I played Rosemont just in 4 weeks ago, right? A month ago. Yeah, a month ago. And I finished third after Swiss. So it clearly shows that I was doing something right as I started to get back into the game. And as an athlete, like you just want to know like your practice is working. So prime example. Without going too deep into my history, I was really shocked yesterday when I had 2 chances to search Alphites in round 7 with my check top 7 and Stardust Blade into that check top 7. I was like, am I going to hit it? Nope. I Persona Road Virgila OG that turn, so I still had a fighting chance, but just didn't hit it. It was kind of funny. Shouts to my opponent, though. He topped because of that win. Happy for him. It was his first one, too. I think number one, above all the gameplay stuff and all this, that, and the other, has to be doing Cardfight Con in 2020. I don't know if you were doing content creation around during that time, but when I did Cardfight Con during the pandemic, I was able to get all the content creators together and have like different panels throughout the day, throughout my channel, and just kind of do that. And that experience at Cardfight Con helped propel me into the professional that I am today, because it is on my LinkedIn. The numbers are on my LinkedIn. And it helped propel me for whole bunch of job interviews, whole bunch of content jobs that I've had from that moment to now even. Because I could say that I have done professional networking in the United States and overseas. I know how to not just capture attention, but also capitalize on what's going on around me that other people don't necessarily notice. And it's things that I learned from that experience that also help me just interact with people. Just because one thing works for you doesn't mean it works for somebody else. And just everybody's different, and communicating with different styles of communications, different time zones is also something really, really important to me. And that's kind of helped me not just in this game, but also as a professional in my life. I'll be at BCS Pasadena. I'm doing other stuff there, have to kind of keep quiet about that, but I'll be at BCS Pasadena. And yeah, I'm just really excited. I'm really excited I got back into Vanguard content creation. I think that Bushiroad Creator Program is probably one of the best things to happen to the game, just because we have content creators that are very good at what they do at this game. I'm talking the DFs, the Solemns, the Vanguard Insiders, the Jaimes. All those people are really good at what they do, but it's really nice to see them kind of give creators like Cardfight Redemption, who's interviewing me, that extra push to not just be at these BCS, but also share the experience about it, just because most people only know what they see, and that's like what we post. But if they can see multiple perspectives and see how much fun this weekend actually is as a whole, I think it's really good for the game as a whole, and ultimately constitutes to growing the game. I think the Vanguard community does really well at being friendly. So everybody that I've met in this game is really nice for the most part. And I have a really good locals. It's always been there for me. I have friends at locals that I consider like for lifers. They're gonna be at my wedding, God willing, one day. They're gonna potentially be in my groomsmen and whatnot. Like, the people that I've met in this game is awesome, and also online. I'm a moderator on Vanguardian, so I do see a lot of the nasty side of the game too. But other than that, I don't really think the Vanguard community really needs much, because I understand that we are a growing game, so we are going to have growing pains. There are going to be bad apples. There are going to be situations. There are going to be things between adults or between players that you need to work out, and just call it that. All right, I'll look at the camera for this one. Bushiroad. please, 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 please bring premium back to every BCS weekend. Like, I love you guys so much for this creator program. I would have gone all out if we had premium this weekend for BCS Houston because I love my Revenger deck so much. uh, no, other than that, keep doing what you're doing. I love you guys. I appreciate that y'all love me too, I think. No, but like seriously, like it takes a lot to run a game, and I understand at this size, like it's hard to be transparent in a lot of things. And I think for the most part, you guys are pretty transparent, so I think that's really hard to do, and you guys do a great job of that. First of all, shout out to Cardfight Redemption. He approached me. He said my name. Not Winning Image. He said Sean. I appreciate that just because, like, people can call me Winning Image, and sometimes I respond, sometimes I don't. But if you call me Sean, I will respond. Just because I don't know if they're talking about, what is this my Winning Image on the field? No, shouts to this guy. He's really trying to build something special on his channel. Shouts to Commander Jaime, Domino Paris 21, and I Am Vanguard. Without them, I don't think I would have gotten back into the game as well as I did. You might have heard of Domino Paris or I Am Vanguard. They've been content creators in the scene for a long, long time. He's actually the reason why I started content creation. And Commander Jaime helped me get back in when I was relearning all the stuff for Overdress and D-Series. Buckle up, Jack. Let's get back to work.
Couple here. That's the problem.
I guess it's perfect for today.
Yeah, that's perfect for today.